Hey, what's going on, y'all, man? It's your boy King Reed, the Fitness Freak. Yeah, I know I've been missing the matches for a little minute, but for all these reasons. And what had happened was, I tore my patellar tendon. So what had happened was, I was playing basketball, still thinking that I could relive the little days. Went out there with the mindset that I was going to take it easy and not do too much, and I was going to do it for the cardio sake. But that definitely was not the case. Um, no, I got carried away. Somebody said something, man, kind of triggered me. That competitive nature started kicking in and went up for a few dunks. And next thing you know, I'm just on my butt. And the last dunk I tried to throw down, I pushed off with my left leg and I was going to jump off with 1 foot and dunk it on the guy. And I just hear a pop. And next thing you know, I'm just on the floor. Um, it was rough, man. It was rough. And then, I'm just laying on the floor, man. I just was just hoping that I just dislocated it, but I'm looking at my knee and I could kind of see the ripples of where the patella tendon had tore. So I know I had to have surgery, and eventually went to the hospital. The ambulance came and picked me up, and they told me it was a complete tear and it was mandatory for me to have surgery. So yeah, it was definitely rough. Um, I'm just in the hospital. I think I was in the hospital for like 2 days or so. They was explaining to me basically what happened to me, and it was like, yeah, we can do the surgery the next day. So they did it, and after the surgery, I was in the hospital one more day. They came in and had me walking up and down the hallway with a walker, and it was like, yeah, you pretty much cleared to go. Seems like you can pretty much have it yourself. And once I got home, that's when things started to get extremely rough because I'm not on any meds or any drips or anything. So I'm definitely feeling the pain. And yeah, it was hard for me to do anything. And not to mention, they told me that I had to keep my leg completely straight and I couldn't bend it at all for 2 weeks. And that in itself was just rough for me because I'm just, such a busybody person. And but yeah, I'm just pretty much laying on my couch. I had to lay on my couch because it was pretty much accessible to everything around me. The kitchen was right there, the bathroom. So yeah, I just did that for 2 weeks, which was a living hell, man. But I would say, I would say, I would say the following week, the first week and the second week, that's when I start to be a little bit more mobile. Um, I would make it a mission that I walk up and down the hallway with the walker, just to keep mobile and try to get my steps and stuff in. And that third week, I was like, okay, I'm feeling a little bit more confident. I'm gonna walk to my apartment gym and then do some workout stuff there and kind of do some mobility stuff there and walk back. I'm in the mission to do that, and then the fourth week I didn't need to walk anymore, and I was just walking back and forth to the apartment gym and back to my apartment. And but yeah, it was definitely rough, man. And currently, I'm 12 weeks in, um, and I'm walking better. Oh yeah, and before that, I was like, okay, I'm a little bit more confident. I'm finally able to, drive and stuff, and I would just drive to the gym, do more mobility stuff and stuff in the gym. And yeah, currently I'm 12 weeks in, and I just been doing that ever since, and I just felt my leg and everything got stronger over time. Um, thank God, man. But but yeah, I don't necessarily talk about this a lot, but I had key surgeries in my lifetime. The first one being that I had a hernia. I don't really remember that one, but I remember when I was an adolescent, I would see the scar from it, and as I got older, I don't see it anymore. And the second one was a major surgery that was for my scoliosis. It was a back surgery. Basically, what they did they put like two metal rods in the back of my back to keep my spine straight. Basically, I'm gonna talk about that in another video. And this is my third one. And it's been rough, man. At this point, I'm just tired of having a bunch of surgeries. Yeah, so it was like when I got the bad news that this had happened. Man, I ain't gonna lie, it broke me, man. It kind of destroyed me. I definitely got discouraged, being that I worked so hard to get to this point, and fitness just pretty much been my life, basically all my life. I remember be times like, I remember as an adolescent, I would run long distance. I started off running long distance, and on into my earlier teens, and that's when I started to like touch a little bit of weight, and that's when I really got into basketball heavy. Um, and then later teens, man, I remember I would wake up 5 o'clock in the morning, ride my bike to the government school down the street from where I live, and run around the track for a few times until like what 6 o'clock, and then 6 o'clock I would do some basketball drills and until 7, and then 7 I would like ride my bike back home, lift some weights until it was time for me to get ready for school, man. So it was like, this is pretty much all I know, man. Like it just feels like, piece of my identity just kind of missing, you know what I mean? And especially me being known, in basketball wise, my jumping ability, just kind of destroyed that, I might not be able to ever jump the same again. Who knows? I might, or maybe I will. I don't know, man. But I don't know, maybe this guy just testing me, telling me that, I'm way more than, fitness and basketball or whatever. And I do think I am, you know, um, but this is what I love, man. This is all I did, for most of my life, and don't really know how to cope with it. But it was like, I kept asking myself, a question like, why I got to keep going through this, man? Like, why my body has to go through all these things, and I don't know, maybe I can handle it, man. Like, I don't know. God don't give nobody more than they can bear. But whatever the reason is, man, I ain't stopping, man. This ain't stopping me. This ain't stopping the train, bro. I'ma keep going regardless, man. Like as long as I get life and breath in my body, as long as I got like a God given will, I'ma keep pushing forward, man. Keep aiming high, the sky ain't the limit. I'm gonna go beyond that. Until it's all said and done. But as long as I'm here, as long as I'm able, I ain't stopping. But yeah, man. That's my 5 cents. Make sure y'all like and comment and subscribe to the vid. I'm gonna definitely try to keep everything going and stuff like how it once was. I was more consistent in the beginning, but I'm gonna be more consistent with it. But until then, man, y'all stay blessed, and I definitely look forward to seeing y'all for the next video. Appreciate all the support, and peace out.